Hello everyone, this is Tom Danlinger with LightShine Ministries, and I have Steve and Reneé Hoey with me here in their home here in Anchor Point, Alaska. We just want to have them tell a little bit about their story. They came from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and here they are in Alaska. You guys have been living here for 2 years, right?
Right.
Be 2 years in September.
Mm-hmm.
So what brought you to the point where you wanted to move to Alaska?
He was content.
So the story actually goes back to 2009. First trip I ever took here was to Eagle when the ice broke that year. And I just fell in love with Alaska and the people and just everything about it. And I called Reneé up that week, or I was up for 2 weeks, and I called Reneé up and I said, sell the house, pack the kids up, load the furniture, I'll meet you at the airport.
And I said, never ever will I move to Alaska.
So then in 2012, I guess, we started ministering with LightShine, and that was actually my first trip with LightShine was summer and yours was in the fall. Yeah, so every place that we went, that we, from Palmer to Globe Creek Camp to Copper River Valley, Galcana area, everywhere we went, I would seriously be looking at houses, and she would just be amusing me, I think.
Never.
So let me go back. You were in charge of bringing teams to Galcana Village up in the Copper River Valley. And I remember my son, Ryan, was at Homer, at the YWAM base in Homer, and I had met Lanny Simpson over the years, and when they decided to buy the new bowling alley and turn it into a church, I came down and made a little video of what their needs were, and you guys were the ones that brought the first team down.
Right. But probably about 6 months before that, I had said to the Lord, because I was pushing her for 10 years or more, and I said to the Lord, I had a business, electrical business in Pennsylvania, and you had a pretty good job, ministry you were working for, and I had said to the Lord, Lord, if it's just to come up a few times a year and live in PA, then I'm fine, I'm content, and I stopped pushing. So fast forward to 2018 when Lanny asked us to help renovate the bowling alley into a church. We came up, and so we're standing on the spit with the team, and we're just standing around looking at the beauty of the spit and the mountains and the ocean, and Reneé
said, I could live here.
Wow.
But it wasn't just the view. It was just the people we had met, just the small town feeling. I don't know, just something.
The connections.
It was a connection. Yeah, it was good connections and just a great place. So kind of fell in love.
So a team leader, you're team leaders here, and you connected with the place. And I know your vision is to challenge other people in LightShine to move up here. Tell us some of your experience of once you moved here, how the ministry focus kind of changed and.
Yeah. Well.
So when we moved here, we had some ideas what we were coming up to do. One of the things that we do for LightShine, or with LightShine, is we are in charge of new ministry development and just encouraging all of our ministry partners all over the state. So we do that about once a year. We go and we run the road system, and we meet with all our ministry partners and meet with potential new partners that looking for teams. Presently, LightShine comes up in the summer, but there's still 9 other months during the year that we kind of, in one sense, we kind of felt like we had to justify being here, but it really wasn't. I mean, that's in a sense, but we were really just looking for opportunity to minister in the community, in our neighborhood. We bought this place about a month after we moved up, and just started connecting with some of our neighbors. We have we have great neighbors here.
Yeah, we do.
In this area, and we've had opportunity to pray with a lot of them, just over their needs and different things they're going through.
So it's more than just coming out for a week, a year.
Right, it's connecting.
Right.
It's really about connecting with
relationships.
Connecting with the people. I mean, that's what ministry is. And
right.
Somebody once said ministry would be great if it wasn't for people.
Yeah.
But that's what ministry is. It's
right.
it's all about the people.
And those of you who are watching this, one of the challenges over the years since the ministry began in 1995 is a lot of people think, well, you're just going up to see the mountains and the moose and all the scenery, but it's really about the people.
It is. It is, because everywhere, I mean, even back in Pennsylvania, people have needs.
Right.
It was kind of funny the way the Lord did it, because once I told the Lord I was content, for about 6 months in my business, I started wondering, well, maybe this is really where I'm supposed to be, because my customers were all coming to me with their issues, with their problems, and I just had tremendous opportunity to pray with my customers, and I really became close with a lot of them, which made it kind of hard to leave. But we knew this is where God was calling us.
Right.
And so we do not only just here in the Homer area and with LightShine, Gulkana and Palmer and different areas, but twice a week I go up to Wildwood Prison in Kenai and minister in the prison on Wednesdays and Fridays. So
you've connected here. You have a local church. You are getting work. Honestly, I'd like to hear, I think everybody would like to hear, what are some of the challenges of here? Living here.
Some minor challenges. Our road. That's a minor challenge. In the wintertime, I don't know, our road is just like bumpy, very icy.
and
Slick, yeah. So that's kind of a small challenge.
So we run, I mean, to combat that, we put, studs on our studded tires on our car, both vehicles, and
the neighborhood kind of helps take care of the road. We kind of call each other and say, hey, it's icy today, or we'll text, like do a message on Facebook. It's icy today, be careful, put your chains on. Or
Do you get a lot of snow up here?
we do. We run about 3 to 4 feet of snow most of the winter.
And this year
up here on our hill.
This year was pretty long winter. I mean, we had a lot of snow.
I think it actually melted finally the end of April.
Yeah.
So you have other, I'm sure there's other things that are also a challenge. Maybe with inflation, the cost of living here is probably even worse than back home in Pennsylvania, right?
Oh, definitely.
It is. Gas right now is almost $6 a gallon.
And with him going to the prison twice a week, that's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah.
Now we're making this video in June of 2022. We don't even know where it's going to end.
Right.
But as of now, it's close to $6.
It is. I'd made a comment to somebody not too long ago, and they were saying, well, what are you going to do about if gas keeps going up, and are you going to still run to go to the prison? And I just simply told them, the Lord's called us here, and He already knows what the economy is going to do. And regardless of what gas does, God is still going to provide through donors, through work, to be able to do what He's called us to do here.
And even in ways we don't even know.
Oh, right.
Because, children of Israel are in the wilderness and their sandals aren't wearing out. There's little things the Lord's doing that just helps us do what He's called us to do, and sometimes we don't even know what that is.
Right.
Yeah, and I can share a little story. There, we were actually one of our pastors is a commercial fisherman, and so with that you have to have a training to do what is it called? Oil spill training. So when you take this training, they actually pay you to do it. So we thought, oh, we'll take it. It'll be a good thing to learn. Well, so the day we got paid, it actually happened to be a Sunday. We got the check, and we came home, did our taxes, and amazingly, the taxes that we owed were what we got. We had $4 left over.
Yeah. $4 in excess.
Yeah, $4 in excess, and it's like, okay, God, thank you. And even with us having to go to Pennsylvania for Steve's uncle's funeral, or for the viewing, we were thinking, oh great, where's this money going to come from? That here we've got to make a quick trip that's last minute, and our PFD comes in this year. Well, our PFD covered our plane flight to
actually
half of it. So at least one of ours, yeah.
Those of you who don't know what that is, PFD is called the Permanent Fund Dividend, and all Alaska residents get part of the dividend from the oil sales in the state. And it's a nice thing for residents because you can use it for things like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, some people like to save it, but God planned for us to use it.
We would have loved to have saved it, but it was something more important.
Yeah, so. And that's the thing. We have noticed so much, if we don't have money for something, it's like God provides. It's there. And we have seen that so many times.
Whether it's the actual money or, there's the senior center up the road from us has historically, since we've been here at least, given almost, when we first moved here, it was weekly. They were giving away food, and it was fresh food. It wasn't like, food bank food. This was fresh food. We've gotten, used to use farm fresh boxes where you get milk and eggs and cheese and some kind of meat. We've also gotten cases of salmon.
Right, which we've been able to share with other people. So,
So we've said to all of our LightShine supporters over the years that the reason why LightShine comes up is because the summer is very short.
Yes.
And people are basically preparing for winter.
Correct.
Yes.
Could you talk on that? Just how did you, maybe explain how important that is that we send teams up here during that time?
Very important. We're really seeing that a lot ourselves, because with us even doing LightShine stuff and going on teams and different things, we're noticing, wow, we've got stuff we've got to get done before it gets cold again, before it gets icy again. So it's a huge need. I mean, even we're not in a native village, but we're in a small community, and so it's still a big need to have that help. Just
yeah.
And our neighbors, we all, like Reneé said, we all kind of pitch in. Our neighbor across the street's building a shop, and probably when I get back from this next trip, I'll be helping him to put a roof on it. He helped put the roof on this place.
Yeah.
So, we all just kind of pitch in and help each other and where it's needed.
Just yesterday we had an issue with our camper that we're actually selling, trying to get it jacked up. I don't understand the whole process, but anyway, we went down to talk to one of our neighbors, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I got one of those. Here, you can borrow it." So I mean, just that kind of stuff, and we ended up praying with him and just encouraging him, and it's just I don't know, it's a good neighborhood, good place.
Well, that's great. Those of you who consider coming to Alaska to work with LightShine, you can go to our website, lightshineministries.org. You will see in our LightShine staff, Steve and Reneé, have a page there. They also have a page on Facebook that you can see and follow them, because they put stuff on there quite a bit. But consider that this is a place that you could come and serve, because there's a lot of need here. And Alaska has needs that other places just don't have. There's a lot of suicide in the native villages, and a lot of different forms of abuse all over the state, and it requires us as followers of Jesus Christ to just be light in darkness and love on people, making relationships, you know, meeting with people, just being there for them. So we encourage you to consider serving with us on a team, and then basically just ask the Lord, maybe He wants more from you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just that when you're ministering in a community, it's one thing to come up for a week or 10 days or 2 weeks even, or even a month, and you're building relationships, but then you go home. And we've really seen, since we've lived here, the connection that you make. It's a whole different relationship that we have with people, because, oh, you live here, you're one of us. And so that's what I would encourage people if they're thinking, well, Alaska LightShine would be a ministry that I want to be involved with. You know, not everybody's going to pack their whole life up and sell everything and move to a cabin in Alaska, even though most guys, that's their dream. But, you know, consider a longer term. I know some people who've come up in just, you know, 1 or 2 years and then they've gone back. But it really is a different level of relationship, and being able to minister to people on a different level when you've lived life with them through a winter.
Right.
Because wintertime in Alaska is a tough time. It's dark, it's cold, it's a dry cold.
Yeah, dry cold.
But it's still, you know, I mean, even here in Homer we get, you know, maybe 4 hours of daylight in the wintertime.
So you're, as a man, you've developed relationships. This is a dream, but have you been able to develop relationships here as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a ladies group that meets once a week, and we call it She Brews after Hebrews 10:24. I have to throw that in there. Anyway, it's just a time of gathering. It's not a Bible study, because we do have those, but it's just a time of encouraging each other, praying for each other. Just in the neighborhood, meeting different people and of different beliefs, just all kinds of people. Yeah, it's easy to talk to people here. I found.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I can speak for LightShine Ministries as a whole, that we really respect you guys for what you've done. It's an inspiration. It's like Peter stepping out of the boat. You know, the rest of the disciples were in the boat saying, "What are you doing?" Yeah. But he stepped out of the boat, and you stepped out of your hometown, and here you are, and God's supplying your needs, and He's using you in ways that you haven't even seen the end of it yet.
Right.
So great.
The excitement in all that is when you know that God has called you to something. You can do anything. You can leave wherever you need to leave, and go wherever God's called you, and know that He's going to take care of you.
You just have to
we
trust.
Never had a doubt leaving Pennsylvania.
And our family's all there. Yeah. A good bit of our family.
Because we know that, you know, the Lord loves them more than we do, and He can take care of them better than we can if we're there.
Right.
So we just put them in His hands and go where He's called us. So here we are. Come on up.
So you guys raise support as missionaries through LightShine, and that's only some of your income. Correct. Because you don't have a full support.
Right.
And then you supplement that with, you're an electrician. And you have a job also, correct?
I was working, and we were taking care of 2 ladies, but that's done for the summer. But
different supplemental incomes to help balance out your missionary support.
Right.
And I must say, as representing LightShine Ministries, Steve and Reneé have been very, very vital to making the connection between the lower 48 and our mission base in Palmer, Alaska, here in Alaska. Steve is an electrician, wired our whole building. They both have been active in getting our mission base established. And this next week, you're going to be leading a team back up to Galcana.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is to train more team leaders,
Right.
and that's what you're doing with the new team leader to Galcana. And basically what we'd like to do is establish more and more team leaders and then take more assignments all over the state.
Right.
So again, go to our website, lightshineministries.org, and just check out the possibilities for next year. We're already planning teams for next year. There's still teams for this year. And thank you for watching. Just ask that you will pray for Steve and Reneé, and if the Lord lays it on your heart to support them financially, the information is on our website to do that. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching.